32 points. Y'all see it right here. 4 3-pointers made with 7 assists. Caitlyn Clark absolutely cooking tonight. I mean, at one point in the game, Caitlyn literally had to put the team on her back and score and score and score. And I'm just like, yo, I don't know where the pick and roll went. I don't know where the offense at all went, but Caitlyn had enough.
Exploding onto the court with 32 points, 7 assists, for made 3-pointers in 7 attempts, and a flawless 10-4, 10 performance from the free throw line, Caitlyn Clark delivered far more than another standout game. She put on a remarkable display of offensive brilliance that left defenders chasing, fans erupting, and everyone inside the arena wondering how anyone could possibly slow her down at this incredible level. Yet the most fascinating part of the night came beyond her scoring. As Clark piled up those unbelievable numbers, the Indiana Fever's offense exposed something truly important, something that could decide whether this team becomes a serious playoff threat or comes up short when the biggest moments arrive. The instant one particular player stepped off the floor, the entire dynamic shifted. And then take a look at this.
Tween, my goodness, with the floater, knocking it down. I mean, dog, Caitlyn Clark had to get 50 people to map in this game. 50. Yeah, it's not even that many players on the floor. But man, she was losing the crowd, losing the players. Look at this. Bang! Caitlyn was cooking, dog. Look, she had to shake her own head. She's like, man, I'm too good. What is going on here? Look at this. Saucing her up.
Take another look at that entire sequence. The between-the-legs dribble, followed by the floater with flawless touch, tells you everything. That wasn't luck, and it wasn't simply raw talent either. It was the performance of a player who has reached such incredible comfort and confidence that she's no longer just beating defenders. She's completely playing with them. The smooth step-back 3, the effortless way she moves around screens as if every action was carefully rehearsed, every decision perfectly timed, and every shot finding the bottom of the net. Now notice something else happening in that moment. Watch the crowd's reaction and the body language of the opposing players. There comes a point where defenders actually stop, glance at one another, and wonder who's supposed to pick her up. That's not just a defensive mistake. It's what happens when a player raises her game to a level the opposition simply isn't ready to handle.
Get your prescriptions. Look, get the steal. She's going downhill on you. Ooh, with the half spin once again. Get her the map. She don't know where she's going. I mean, get these players a GPS out here because they are lost souls out here. This is crazy work, man. I felt so bad for them. I'm like, dang.
What makes this performance even more remarkable is that Clark wasn't only filling up the scoreboard. She was controlling every part of the offense. Recording 7 assists while scoring 32 points shows she was creating quality opportunities for her teammates at the very same time, which is the true definition of complete offensive command. Now focus on what unfolds defensively in these clips. The Storm threw everything they had at her: full court pressure, defensive switches, and double teams coming off screens, but none of it made a difference. Once a team is forced to keep changing defensive strategies against one player, and she still finishes with 32 points, you're witnessing a truly extraordinary performance unfold before your eyes.
Ooh, look, I saw the chat too. The chat was like, ooh, ooh. Doing them dirty, man. Now, hey, I gotta give props to Natisha Eideman too. Natisha Eideman, I don't know what she was on, man. You give the CC ones to anybody, they don't even have to wear them, just touch them, and all of a sudden they turn into Michael Jordan. Like, what in the world, man? Hey, somebody get me some CC ones because I could probably make it to the league touching those shoes. You saw how Natisha Eideman was shooting out there?
Stepping up in a huge way, Kelsey Mitchell finished with 28 points, shooting 9-4, 18 from the field, and knocking down 4 of her 7 3-point attempts. That's the kind of backcourt firepower that makes Indiana such a dangerous team. When both guards catch fire like this, and Mitchell explodes for 18 fourth-quarter points alone, you're watching an offense capable of matching anyone's score for score. That smooth step-back 3 and the hesitation move that completely froze her defender showed this wasn't just supporting production. Mitchell took control during key stretches, giving Clark valuable breathing room while keeping relentless pressure on the defense. The chemistry between these two guards has reached a point where opponents are forced to choose their poison, and no matter which option they pick, they're likely to get burned.
I stated in the live with this game is when Aaliyah Boston goes out, that offense turned stagnant. I mean, it was not pretty basketball on that offensive end. They had moments on the defensive side where they were giving up shots or whatnot, but that's not really where my bone is picked. All right. I think they just needed to figure out how to move that ball around on the offensive side and get clearer shots, higher percentage shots, more open shots. They were contested, man. Tough shots after tough.
Despite the impressive win, one major concern became impossible to ignore. The moment Aaliyah Boston left the floor, Indiana's offense noticeably lost its rhythm. Watch how the ball movement slows down. The shot selection becomes more difficult, and the entire offensive flow starts to break apart once Boston heads to the bench. Instead of creating clean scoring opportunities, the Fever begins settling for contested shots, forcing difficult attempts, and drifting away from their usual offensive structure. That's the biggest issue this team must solve moving forward. They escaped it against Seattle because Clark and Mitchell caught fire and couldn't seem to miss. But what happens against a Minnesota Lynx defense or a New York Liberty squad that can switch everything and has the personnel to make every possession tougher? You simply can't expect two players to shoot at an unbelievable level every single night.
Man, once Aaliyah Boston went out, was going to have to dominate, man. And she woke up and did that. 28 points, 9 for 18 from the field, 4 for 7 from the 3, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 2 assists with 2 TOs and 1 steal. And that's another thing. Hey, y'all need to start giving these players their heat checks. All right, I don't know what it is about seeing a player knock down 2 threes and then not giving them their heat check. Get them that ball back, man. Come on now. Lexi Hall, man. Look, Lexi, I need you to, once again, grab.
From the moment Aaliyah Boston went down, the entire game shifted. Before the injury, she had 11 points while shooting 4 for 7 from the field and was on track for a huge performance, finishing with 14 points, 11 rebounds, and complete control of the paint. Once she left, Indiana immediately surrendered 16 offensive rebounds, and that wasn't by accident. Boston's impact creates spacing, rhythm, and the structure that lets Clark and Mitchell thrive. Without her, the offense turns isolation heavy, the defense loses its backbone, and against elite opponents, that's often the difference between winning and losing a playoff series. Hans Allen added 5 points on 2 for 4 shooting, hit her only 3-pointer, grabbed 4 rebounds, and recorded an assist, while KK chipped in 4 points on 2 for 3 shooting with 4 rebounds and a block. Sophie Cunningham scored 11 points in the first half, knocking down 3 of her 4 attempts from deep, yet she never attempted another shot after halftime. That highlights an issue the box score can't fully explain: Indiana's offensive flow. Despite shooting an outstanding 52% from the field and 54% from 3, many baskets came on difficult, contested looks that relied on individual brilliance. Cunningham's disappearance wasn't because she cooled off. The offense stopped creating open opportunities and lost the movement that produced those first-half shots. Clark and Mitchell rescued Indiana against Seattle, but stronger teams will punish those breakdowns. Even more impressive, Clark finished with 32 points on only 14 field goal attempts while getting to the free throw line 10 times and converting every single one. What truly stands out is that this goes far beyond great shooting. It's a complete understanding of how to attack defenders, draw contact, and force officials to make the call. Just look at the balance in her scoring: 7 3-point attempts, 7 baskets inside the arc, and 10 made free throws. She isn't settling on the perimeter or recklessly charging to the rim. Instead, she mixes up every attack, keeping defenses guessing and making them respect every option. Coming off a screen, opponents never know whether she's pulling up from deep or driving to the basket, which is exactly what makes her so difficult to defend. Her 7 assists tell an equally important story because Clark isn't chasing statistics. She's making the smartest play available. When Mitchell caught fire in the fourth quarter, Clark kept finding her, and when Boston established position early, she delivered the pass. That elite basketball IQ separates good scorers from truly special offensive players. At the same time, Indiana's biggest concern was defensive rebounding. The Fever were beaten 16-6 on the offensive glass, giving Seattle 16 second-chance opportunities compared to only 6 of their own. It didn't prove costly because Seattle struggled offensively, but against Minnesota, Las Vegas, or New York, giving away that many extra possessions could easily turn into a blowout. Boston's absence was especially damaging because she's not only a scorer, but also the defensive anchor who finishes possessions. Without her, Indiana allowed far too many second chances, and that's exactly how playoff games slip away. The coaching decisions also raised important questions. Keeping Dawson matched up with Jewell Loyd despite her 0-4-6 shooting from 3 seemed like a small detail, yet it exposed a larger game management issue. Why leave your best perimeter defender on a player who wasn't making shots instead of switching to Easy Eye Magbeger, who scored 33 points? Those in-game adjustments are often what separate good coaching from great coaching. Indiana won comfortably by 26 points, so it didn't matter this time. But in a tight playoff battle, those decisions can determine the outcome. Kelsey Mitchell's fourth-quarter takeover deserves far more recognition. Scoring 18 points in a single quarter wasn't simply a hot streak. It was a star stepping up exactly when her team needed it. As Seattle tried to make one final push, Mitchell answered with step-back threes, aggressive drives, free throws, and completely shut the door on any comeback. That's what makes Indiana's backcourt so dangerous. Defenses can't focus only on Clark or build their entire game plan around Mitchell. When both guards are confident and knocking down shots, there's simply no easy solution because every defensive choice comes with a price. Indiana's team shooting was equally remarkable, finishing at 54% from beyond the arc. Clark hit 4 of 7 threes, Mitchell matched that mark, and Cunningham connected on 3 of 4. When the Fever shoot like this, they can compete with anyone. The real challenge, however, is sustaining that level. Can they do it on the road, under playoff pressure, or against defenses built to eliminate the three-point shot? That's the question that will define Indiana's ceiling. The talent is undeniable. Clark delivered 32 points and 7 assists. Mitchell added 28 with an explosive fourth quarter, and a healthy Boston controls the paint. The pieces are clearly there, but consistent execution remains the missing ingredient. Boston's absence exposes the biggest weakness because her value goes beyond points and rebounds. She brings structure through screens, post-play, and pick-and-roll action that creates space for Clark and Mitchell. Without her, the offense becomes too perimeter-focused, relies on difficult shot-making, and depends too heavily on individual brilliance. While Clark and Mitchell can rescue the team on many nights, championship teams need reliable ball movement, quality looks for everyone, and an offense that still functions when the stars aren't at their best. Indiana hasn't reached that point yet, and that's why elite defensive teams remain such a difficult challenge. Even though the Fever shot 52% from the field, those percentages hid several problems because many baskets came on contested attempts and difficult finishes rather than consistently clean offensive execution. This is exactly where coaching and system development become essential. The goal is to build an offense that consistently creates clean scoring opportunities while teaching players to move without the ball, set effective screens, recognize defensive rotations, and capitalize on them. Indiana clearly has the talent to score against anyone, but the real question is whether the system can sustain that production when the shots stop falling. The difference between the two halves tells the story. Cunningham scored 11 first-half points through sharp ball movement and open looks, yet she didn't attempt a single shot after halftime. That wasn't a coincidence. It reflected an offense that became stagnant, stopped moving the ball, and forced Clark and Mitchell to create nearly everything in isolation. Their talent carried the team this time, but that's not a formula you can rely on every game. So where does Indiana stand entering the most important stretch of the season? The Fever have elite star power, a backcourt capable of challenging anyone, and a healthy Boston who anchors the paint. They also have major questions to answer. Can they keep the offense flowing without Boston? Can they improve their defensive rebounding? Can they execute consistently against the league's best teams? Clark's 32-point performance revealed just how high this team's ceiling can be. When she dominates, Mitchell matches her production, and the shots are falling. Indiana can beat anyone. The bigger concern is the floor. What happens when the shooting cools off? Defenses take away the three, and every playoff possession becomes a battle. Talent and potential are undeniable, but championship teams need more than that. They need structure, consistency, and the ability to win in different ways. Indiana is still working toward that level, and time is running short because the playoffs reward execution, not promise. Enjoy Clark's incredible performance, appreciate Mitchell's brilliance, but also recognize the issues this game exposed: offensive stagnation without Boston, defensive rebounding struggles, and inconsistent shot distribution. Those aren't small problems. They could be the difference between a first-round exit and a championship run. What do you think? Can Indiana solve these issues before the playoffs? Or are they still too dependent on the individual brilliance of Clark and Mitchell? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns as the playoff race continues to heat up.